Good morning, guys. How you doing? Welcome to the Morning JB Show. My name is James Bourman. Today we're going to be talking about you just being you and not comparing yourself to others or trying to do what other people do. So if you are coming through, do like, comment and share. It's good to know that you're coming through. It's my way of knowing that people are listening. So listen, I remember when I very first started out in entrepreneurship, when I was working for myself, and with the social media the way it's being, I ended up following a couple of people who were really successful entrepreneurs. And I was very naive when I very first started my own business. And I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really know what practices to be doing. I didn't know what routines to be doing to be a good business owner. And I sort of modelled myself on what I saw on social media. But on these guys, you know, I'd listen to what they would do in the morning, their morning routines. I would listen to what they do in their evening routines. I'd listen to what practices they were following. And I would try to almost be like that person. Excuse me. And I almost used modelled their structure, their routines, their habits, their actions. Because I saw that they were successful. So I thought, surely if I follow this, it will be successful for me. But what we don't understand an awful lot of, and this has only really come to fruition for me recently, is what we don't understand is that it is very difficult to take a model and make it your own when you don't have a deeper sense of purpose about that model. Now, they had their particular way of doing something, and they had the reasons why they did it that particular way. They had their certain purposes of why they did that. And that's why it worked for them. And something that occurred to me with a conversation with a guy who was on my Zero to Hero program was that it can be very overwhelming with the things that I'm trying to teach and talk about, because actually people are coming from a place where they have not had routine for a long time, where they've had no structure, where it's just been a bit all over the place, to then suddenly come to a place where I'm trying to teach routine, habit, planning, and loads of other tools to be much better at life. And the thing that you have to understand is that I don't want you to be me. I'm not here teaching you stuff every single morning with all of my content saying, hey, look, I want you to be more like me. This is the way it's got to be done. Because that's not what I'm saying. All I ever do really when I get in front of you is document what I'm going through, what I've done, past wins, past failures. And I'm almost saying that because I want you to take away some of the information, filter through what works for you and what you can relate to, and implement that into your life. And then what you end up doing is building your own morning routine that suits your needs. You end up taking small habits that you develop, nurture and grow. You find things that have a sense of purpose for you as an individual. Okay, you create your own goals. You have your own path. You stay in your own lane. And I think you have to be careful about the people that you follow. You know, I've been working on myself quite intensely for the last 2 years. You know, I'm quite an extremist when it comes to discipline, habits, routines, the way that I live my life, you know. But I also have another side to me where I do fuck all. Like at the weekends, I'm a fucking slob. Do you know what I mean? Apart from the times that I plan, I like to stay in bed, I like to go where the wind takes me. I'm the most unstructured person and all over the place at the weekends. You know, I share a lot of my failures with you and a lot of my downtimes because I don't want you to sit there and think, fucking this guy has got it squared away, this guy is perfect, this guy lives a perfect life, most disciplined man in the world. Because I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'll give you an example for this week. I set myself a task that I want to do within my business line for my goals, and I've done everything else but that goal. I've followed other plots, other big tasks that I've needed to do. So on that point, I've kind of failed and I haven't done what I said I was going to plan. So, you know, I don't want people to look at me and go, fucking he's got it squared away. I want you to look at some of the things that I'm sharing with you, embrace some of them, and take those small nuggets and create your own, okay? And I think it's important for you to, it will make you feel better to realise that actually, I fuck up all the time. things don't always go my way. And I think you have to be careful who you follow and who you listen to, because some of it can be false, and you are comparing yourself to that person, going, well, I'm nowhere near that. I'm absolutely nowhere near that. What am I doing wrong? So does that mean I'm not successful? Absolutely not. Listen, you are just one action away from change. It could be that I could do a live feed, and I could talk about the morning routine. And you could take that information, you could do a morning routine, and you could create so much in a morning routine. And then suddenly you develop this morning routine, and suddenly you slipped into this habit over a couple of weeks. And that one action, by getting up early and having a morning routine, completely changes your path. Completely changes the way that you're heading, the way that you're living your life. You then suddenly go, well, I've got this morning routine squared away, so I'm going to maybe join a gym. I'm going to maybe start going for a run. Then I'm going to start counting my calories. Then I'm going to start having an evening routine. Then I'm going to start looking for a job that makes me happier. So can you see, you're like one action away from a major change in your life? The only other things that I give you is advice. I don't expect you to be at the level I'm at just like that. I'm just sharing information. I'm sharing experience. I'm sharing knowledge. I've worked with probably thousands of guys now in the last 2 years. And that vast amount of experience and knowledge that I've picked up from talking to these guys, knowing what their problems are, knowing what their barriers are, knowing what their patterns are, their mindset, I can channel that and tell you exactly what they're going through, how some of them are overcoming it, but how some of them are ignoring it and not moving forwards, so that you don't do that. You've got to be able to take the nuggets, apply them to your life, and say, hey, I like that little piece of information, I'm going to try that. Hey, I like that, but it doesn't work for me. Okay? You've got to create your own path. You've got to create your own lane. You've got to be able to at some point say, right, okay, I'm going to create my own model, my own depth to that model with purpose. And you go all in on yourself, because it is not easy. The last 2 years have not been easy for me to get to the point where I am now. I am where I am now through hard work, showing up every day, having an annoying dog that ruins my life every single time. Okay? And it's persistence. Okay? It's resilience, it's robustness coming from you to try new things, to try and keep making things a habit, just stay positive. To make this part of your DNA, you shouldn't be a yo-yo. We don't want to be up and down. We want to be on a straight line, a consistent straight line up. Okay? And if I'm showing up to teach you every single morning, all I want from you guys is to show up every day to try and make yourself better. Think about a situation that's stressing you out, that could trigger you, that could distract and ruin your whole day. See if you can overcome that. See if you can get up early. See if you can have an evening routine. See if you can not stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning drinking booze. It takes time. It doesn't take 6 weeks. My 6-week program just teaches you fundamentals. It educates you. It gets you started. Then we go into the mastermind, and then you grow. Okay, that's how I work. I teach you fundamentals in 6 weeks. I teach you basics. I teach you planning, habits. I teach you why you got to where you are. Okay? I teach you about your future path, things to think about. And some of the guys in there think, oh my God, I'm not doing it great. I haven't got it. We're not doing it here. And now they're starting to see the changes. We're 3 and a bit weeks in. They're starting to see the changes. It's not the final product. The final product, for me, won't come for years. You know, I'll probably be fucking 60 years old by the time I got the fucking life squared away. But along the way, I'm going to enjoy the journey. I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm going to learn. I'm going to meet new guys who are going to talk to me about something else that I didn't even realise. And then I'm going to grow again, and I'm going to maybe readjust the way that I deliver. But it never ends. It's never ending, guys. You don't just suddenly get it and then you live in this perfect life. It takes time. But what I don't want you to do is be exactly like somebody that you follow on social media. Think that you've got to do it exactly like the way that I'm doing it. I've been doing this for fucking ever. You've got to go through all the hardships yourself. You've got to put some purpose behind your actions. And then you can grow and enjoy the process. You'll have shit days. You'll have days where you'll write days off. You go, fuck that day. Fuck off. Wake up the next day and we go again. And that's the difference when you wake up and you don't dwell on it and feel sorry for yourself, but you wake up and you go, fuck yesterday, today's a new day, let's go. And that's how you grow. All right, guys? I just felt that I wanted to say that. My man made a great point of it, and I just wanted to share that with you. All right, guys? Have an amazing day, and I will catch you soon.